benefits. So now they're being given a $35,000 bonus and $400 a month car perk. I don't know that that's something that the district can afford, especially with pushing the teachers out. Minnesota Comprehensive Achievement Score. Math, 41% proficiency. Reading, 56% proficiency. Right at the bottom. You know, our superintendent, if she was on one of the individual improvement plans that you put so many teachers on to force them out, I think she would be leaving the district. And finally, there's still that issue of hundreds of thousands of dollars in theft from this district that nobody has spoken to me about. I can't believe that we're so flush with money that that's not an issue. I think like your chief business financial officer, Michael Ballman talked about, his book is entitled A Just Fire. I think that's what this board needs to look at. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
All right, that was from last week, Tuesday. So, and there was every speaker that spoke at the school board the week before last, or the week before this, rather, were all talking about the $40,000 that the school board allocated to pay the superintendent to move from Woodbury into St. Paul. So I think that's a valid issue that I raised in terms of, if she would just talk with the people in Woodbury and find out why they fled St. Paul, what the problem was. What's the problem with the St. Paul schools? Why did they go to Woodbury? Because they wanted their kids to get a good education, and by that I mean be in a school system that isn't in shambles, both in terms of what they're doing to the teaching staff, the building engineer, custodians, and the turmoil that goes on in the buildings with all the students that are out of control. When we talk about those test scores that I talked about, that part of that is, and you can't, the blame doesn't fall on the teachers. The teachers in St. Paul are better or as good than the teachers in the suburbs. What happens is St. Paul is the dumping grounds for all the citizens that come in, don't speak English, don't speak proper English. So how are they to be taught at grade level when they can't even do basic communications? So think about that. So the parents that say, you know what, I don't want my child held back because St. Paul has become the dumping grounds, that's the problem that's faced in St. Paul, Minneapolis. That is the issue there. So, and I do want to say a couple of those issues, the district has now got in contact with me, and we are going to have some specific talk in terms of what those issues involve. So that will be finally, I can say, somewhat of a resolve. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how it is resolved. Now, this piece about the New York Times, today's paper, I'll read just one paragraph, and of course, if you want to, you can go online and look this up. The political left, which might seem, that's the liberals, which might seem the natural destination for the nascent movement now emerging around the globe, is compromised in the eyes of activists by the neoliberal criticism of Bill Clinton and Tony Blair. The old left remains wedded to trade unions even as they represent a smaller and smaller share of the workforce. More recently, center-left participation in the bailouts of financial institutions alienated former supporters who say the money should have gone to people instead of to the banks. All the investment bankers came out smelling good. The rest of the people took a bath, but the financial institutions. Nobody was held accountable for that. All right, let's move on. And there was a letter to the editor today, and we're going to touch on that. Spotlight letter. Come on, guys. Full cost of the stadium. So we'll touch on that. Let's play the next clip, and then I'm going to read this letter to the editor. Are we ready with that? Did we? Whatever you have up, play it. I'll see what it is. I think it's probably, is this Maplewood? What is this? All right, go ahead. We're working on it. This is from Monday night.